Real estate experiment. What is happening, y'all? I gotta check in. It's been more than a little minute. Listen, there's been a few things, few updates. I've been MIA, but I'm back now in Atlanta just for a little bit. I'm doing some projects there, all the way back up north in Canada, doing a little bit of collaborations just to make sure I'm able to accomplish my goals and my dreams. So combination of some consulting that I'm doing with a combination of real estate. The grind doesn't stop. We're leveraging partners. That's my big thing. I just came hosting my meetup yesterday in Peachtree City, the OPT meetup, which is all about partnerships, the only way to get ahead. So the only way I'm able to continue to do some of the work that is going to fund the dream of multifamily apartments, becoming a syndicator. So it's forming relationships so that down the road, when we can jump on these opportunities very soon enough, not down the road, we'll not only have the means and the funds, but we'll have also the network to do so. So with that being said, traveling around, making sure that I'm staying connected. I was just with my guy Vayner actually in New York, connected, my business partners, my good friends. Shout out to the lady, everyone who just helping me in this journey, and big shout to my brother, just give me the opportunity to have a chance to work towards my goals. So the grind doesn't stop. We're back here in Atlanta. It's beautiful. I was up there up north, there was snow, but it's the same vision. The vision is to continue to focus on multifamily, selling it, to invest in it, to then start the own fund down the road. So what's changed? So the update, yeah, so I was MIA for a little bit, but we're back. Yesterday was at a great meetup, another successful meetup. Today went to the office, met up with my partner broker. On Sunday I'm going to meet with my business partner, where we did our first wholesale deal together. Gonna just touch base and retune, do we need to put in some more money? Do we need to restructure the way we've been doing our lead generation, acquisitions, all that, and then just identifying, just running. Again, the real estate experiment is about tests, so it's about testing different things that may work and then doubling down on it. So do I have this whole thing figured out? Heck no, I do not. I'm still testing, I'm still reevaluating. Some meetings are good, some meetings are bad. Like I just had a meeting with one of the coaches that was helping me here at KW, and I'm focusing more on the commercial stuff. So that relationship is great with him, but I may be doubling down on some other ends. But it means that you explore, you test, and then you continue to build partnerships. I have assistants that have invested in, that are helping me do the front work, the front end work, and while I'm doing the back end work, while I can't be there, so there's just a lot of pieces right now that we're putting together, pieces of the puzzle, and I'm shooting this video to put things into perspective, that we don't ever I don't want to make it seem like I got everything figured out. I don't think anybody does, or some people do, but I'm not at that stage yet. And that's what the real estate experiment is actually all about. It's about me sharing the process, what I'm testing, what's working, and getting some inspiration as well, and connecting with the world, the people who can help this thing people with a similar mindset, make this thing come true. On that note, shout out to Roman, my man, doing this thing there in Philadelphia. So just guys like that, just being in touch and making sure we're sharing the vision and sharing different strategies. So on that note, we'll be back around, headed out Monday. Gonna make the best of our time. I got appointments lined up, and strategic appointments, just to propel us forward. The goal doesn't stop, the hustle doesn't stop, the real estate experiment continues. It is a long-term goal, long-term vision, and but we're making progress with it every day, and that's what it's going to be right now, and that's what it will always be. And we're only going to elevate and learn from our experiments, and let them allow us to blossom and grow. So on that note, let us build, y'all. There's only one thing left to do. We are always, we as in my partners, myself, I'm right now obviously doing this to actually make the dream come true. And so I'm always looking to build, move forward, and build, y'all. So on that note, hope that your projects on your end are also your experiments are going well, share them with me. That's what it's all about. So maybe we can actually collaborate together down the road. OPT meetup coming your way in Miami. The 10x Growth Con weekend, we will be there in Square. We're already signed up, so that's something to look forward to next year. I already got another investor I connected with in California who will be there, so be on the lookout for that because I will be promoting that for the next quarter. On that note, let us build, y'all. And remember, there's also good and bad, wins and losses, capturing it all, telling the full story. For example, there was a duplex that we put under contract, that I put under contract. I always talk as if there's my alter ego. The real estate experiment put on the contract. Yeah, so I put that on the contract, and me and my investor client, and we had to terminate because the inspection report came out, and there were there's mold, there was water damage, and it was just again, it's all about tolerance, right? My investor client wasn't willing to move forward and proceed, which sucks because you never want to get that earnest money check back and get it out from that's not the type of check that you want to get out of the office. But again, it's all part of business, right? So for me, that's not good because when the earnest money comes back, I don't get paid. My client gets their money back. But that's something to note that when you look at it, it was a property that was actually technically overvalued, but based on the comps. But it just went under contract again it was actually going for 164. The comps were 143. It went back on the contract for 160. And mind you, when we had the lowest they were willing to go was 150, and we had identified about 25K in repairs, which believe it or not, still. More or less, if you were $10,000 under their minimum, price that they'd be willing to go, you'd still more or less be around the 1% rule. So as is, it was already in the 1% rule. It was very interesting, but I think it was overpriced. But one thing to remember is that I will follow up to see if it actually appraised for it, because that could be very interesting. That was a duplex out there in Decatur, in an area that hasn't fully blossom yet. 3032 is a hot area. However, that part of the Genmar Drive, that's what it wasn't fully developed yet, because North Decatur is always going to be hotter than South Decatur. So on that note, that's just a little thing I wanted to add in there. Wins and losses. That was one of the losses while I was away out in Edmonton. But I had my assistant go out there and show the home, and we were able to get it on the contract. But hey, on to the next one. And at the end of the day, that's exactly what you tell your client when you're representing them. On to the next one, the same way that myself as an investor, need to look at deals. If you go ahead and put an offer in and you don't get it, on to the next one, keep it moving. Let's build.
Almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot where I was going. I've been driving, I've been smoking. Almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot what I was drinking. What the hell have I been thinking? Now I'm just riding through the city.